Good afternoon all. We're a couple of minutes late starting. I'd like to welcome you all to the August regular council meeting of Snowy Valleys Council. This is the last regular council meeting that the administrator shall be officiating at. The next meeting shall be with an elected council. That is, unless it's an extraordinary meeting, which is highly unlikely in the interim. The next meeting will be via an elected council, and I do commend all those who have taken or have undertaken to stand for the council, and I wish them all well in the future of this council. The first item, and I'm sorry, before we start, this meeting is live streamed, and I must remind all people that, or all viewers, that none of this may be recorded without authority of the council. Thank you. We shall officially start at 2:04 p.m. with the acknowledgement of country. I'd like to begin by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land on which we meet today. I would also like to pay my respects to elders past and present. Item number 2, apologies and leave of absence. There are none. Item 3, declarations of pecuniary interest. There are none. Item 4, public forum. There is none. Item number 5, on page 3, confirmation of minutes, the ordinary meeting of 27th of July. The recommendation is that the minutes of the ordinary council meeting held on the 27th of July 2017 be received and confirmed as an accurate record is hereby resolved. Item 5.2 is the extraordinary meeting of the 9th of August 2017, and the recommendation that the minutes of the extraordinary council meeting held on 9 August 2017 be received and confirmed as an accurate record that is also hereby resolved. Item 6, correspondence and petitions. There are none. Item 7, notice of motion, notices of rescission. There are none. We move on to item 8, governance and financial reports on page 19. That is the administrator end of term report is the first item, which, if you'll just give me a second till I get there, shall be distributed. Page 19. Here we go. This shall be distributed for those present. It's there if you want it. We'll distribute it physically later. The purpose of the governance of the administrator end of term report is to provide an update on the progress of the formation of Snowy Valleys Council under the period of administration. That is this, which is available freely and on the net. And the recommendation is that the administrator's end of term report be received and noted is hereby resolved. Item 8.2, governance and financial reports. That is that Council received the state of investments as of 31 July 2017. As usual, I do commend all those involved with these reports. They are very clear and very gratifying, and that they indicate the strength of this council's financial state. The responsible manager is Robin Harvey. Is anything to add to this?
No, thank you. Thank you,
Mrs. Harvey. That brings me to item 8.3. Governance and financial reports.
Mr. Administrator, you need to resolve that.
I'm sorry, I thought I had. Therefore, the recommendation, pardon me, I think I'd learned by now. The recommendation the Council receive the statement of investments as of 31 July 2017 is hereby resolved. Item 8.3, the governance financial reports. Second biannual review of operational plans for 2016-2017, which are hereby displayed, and I believe they're in the attachments. The recommendation that the second biannual reviews of the Snowy Valleys Council Operational Plan 2016-2017 be adopted is hereby resolved. Item 8.4. Again, these are in attachments. That is adoption of council policies. There is a recommendation that the Council give public notice of the intention to adopt the policies listed below, with the exception of the draft interaction between council laws and staff policy, and place the documents on display for a 28-day period. 2. That Council give consideration to all submissions received at the conclusion of the 28-day period and adopt the policies. 3. that the adopted policies be communicated to and a copy provided to all elected members. The requirements of these policies will be implemented into workplace procedure. Item 4, that the adopted policy and associated procedure be communicated and implemented in the workplace. These are the policy number followed by the policy name, SVC-CLR-PO-002-02, payment of expenses and provision of facilities to mayor and council laws. SVC-EXE-STM-021-01, statement of business ethics. SVC-EXE-M-023-01, draft code of meeting practice. SVC-EXE-PO-022-01, draft public interaction and meeting disclosure policy. And SVC-EXE-PO-020-01, draft interaction between councillors and staff policy. Are there any additions to that from anyone that we should note? There are none. Therefore, these policies, this recommendation is hereby resolved. We then move on to, where are we? Item 9.1, Snowy Valleys Council Community Engagement Framework, that is on page 30. Again, these are all in the attachments. The recommendation that Council adopt the Snowy Valleys Council Community Engagement Framework and commit the required resources to support the implementation of the framework as detailed in the action plan is hereby resolved. And I thank Mr Cox and Mrs Jones for their input in that. Next one is 9.2, Local Heritage Grants 2017-18 on page 33. Recommendation that Local Heritage Grants for 2017-2018 be awarded as follows. $2,000 to the Henry Bingham gravesite, 74A Go-Cup Farms Road, Go-Cup. $4,000 to a residence at 33 Neil Street, Adelong. $1,500 the Tumut Museum at 63 Cap Street, Tumut. And $6,000 Elm Cottage, 1730 Tumbarumba Road, Rosewood. 2. The Council reimburse from the Gifts and Donations Fund development application, construction certificate and associated council fees for local heritage grant projects requiring approvals. The fees are to be reimbursed when the projects have been completed and final reports received. 3. As a matter of policy, if any of the successful local heritage grant applicants decline the offer of financial assistance, then the assessment panel will be given the authority to reallocate the funds to other applicants, and Council will over to the following any unspent local heritage grant funds, and that is hereby resolved. We then move on to 9.3, development application, that's on page 36. And the development application refers to the installation of relocatable building for before and after school care. The recommendation that Council grant consent to install a relocatable building for before and after school care, Tumbush, on the Karkula Children's Centre site described as Lot 13, Section 8 DP 759003, corner Bridge and King Street, Tumbarumba, subject to 18 conditions as detailed in the report, is hereby resolved. And I thank you, Mr Cox, that has taken some time to achieve that, and that's well done. Item 9.4, that's on page 45. I'll find it. Just give it a second. 9.5, review of the 2015-16 triple bottom line performance reporting for water supply and sewage services. The recommendation that Council 1 note the review of the 2015-16 TBL performance reports for water supply and sewage services, and 2, adopt the actions stated in the water and sewage action plans, including A, review of drinking water management system, B, review of water quality complaints for operational improvements, C, review water capital works program for adequacy, D, continue sewage mains relining program. E, review sewage management and treatment costs. And F, review treatment processes for effluent quality is hereby resolved. That moves us on to minutes of committee meetings, item 10.1 on page 49. And let me get there. Pardon me. There we go. The minutes of the Youth Council Committee meeting held on 2 August 2017. The recommendation that the minutes of the Youth Council Committee meeting held on 2 August 2017 be received and noted. It's hereby resolved, and I congratulate the new executive following their election at the last meeting. We move on to the Committee of the Whole, which is the next item. There is a recommendation that Council move into Committee of the Whole to consider the matters listed in the confidential section of the agenda. Committee of the Whole, in accordance with section 10 subsection 2 of the Local Government Act 1993 for the reasons specified, request for water invoice reduction, meter, and water rebate for home haemodialysis patient. So therefore, it being 2:15, we shall temporarily suspend our transmission while we discuss these items. Thank you. Welcome back all. It being now 2:18 p.m. We are back into ordinary council meeting following our confidential committee of the whole, and I ask Ms Whitehead to report to the meeting.
I can report that in Committee of the Whole, Council resolved in relation to 11.1, request for water invoice reduction, meter WN13W077355, that Council reduce the water account for meter 13W077355 for the period 1 July 2016 through 31 December 2016 by $565.92 and any interest that has accrued. And in relation to item 11.2, water rebate for home haemodialysis patient, it was resolved that Council proceed with the former Tumut Shire Council's sewer, water and water meter policy, providing a water rebate for home haemodialysis patients equal to the annual water consumption for the patient's haemodialysis machine, as stated in a statutory declaration from the property owner or occupier of the dwelling where the home haemodialysis treatment will be undertaken.
Thank you, Mrs Whitehead. Therefore, we're approaching the end, and I thank you all. I do hope you embrace this process of live streaming. I think it's a wonderful initiative of this council. I also, again, like to thank the staff, and I'd also very much wish the candidates in the upcoming election all the best. And it now being 2:20 PM, I declare the meeting over. Thank you.